Welcome to Johnny Ray's Backwoods Guns, coming to you on Thanksgiving night. Thought I would build some 5.56 ammo to shoot coyotes. Everybody's been seeing coyote all week because it's the deer season in West Virginia. So I thought I would build some ammo for my favorite rifle, the 5.56 223. So stick around, guys. I'll show you how I build my varmint ammo. Okay guys, as always, when I start to figure out a load, I figure out my components and then I go to my books. Okay, I love this XBR 8208. Okay, I've been shooting it a lot lately. It's been grouping at 100, 200, 300 yards flawlessly. The deviation's been great, and it's just real clean powder. I'm going to use these CCI 41s. And I'm going to use these new 62 grain Varmit Armageddon. They're Varmit bullets from Nosler. Problem is with these bullets, these aren't boat tails. Okay, guys. So one, you got to flare your brass, and two, you got to figure out a load. These aren't ballistic tip. So the problem I'm running into is, in the Nosler book, they don't have any loads tested with the 8208. So I went to my Hornady book. They don't have 62 grain bullets, but they have 60 grain bullets. VMAXs aren't boat tails. They're flat tip bullets. So I think we can use the 8208 load data. And it's calling, max load is calling 24.4. But of course, their case overall length is calling for 2.25 on this. Well, these also have a cantilever on them, and I like seating my bullets right on the cantilever and giving them good crimp. The cantilever is running about 220. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to drop my powder to about 24 grains. So once I seat my bullet a little bit lower, I won't run into pressure problems. I'm using 223 brass, not 5.56 brass on this load. So I should have a little bit extra case volume, so I don't foresee any pressure problems at all. All right, let's get to loading. Okay guys, I got me two funnels that weigh exactly the same. With these powder droppers, if you cut your little straw, and if you're using flake powder, ball powder, stick powder, all three different kinds of powder, every once in a while you're going to have to change the design in your straw so it will let it feed out better and throw good, consistent, even charges. I've had a lot of luck with this Hornady powder dropper. I've been using a lot lately. There we go. The reason I got two funnels is why I'm pouring the powder on one and charging one. It lets the scale get a little bit ahead of me. Alright guys, that's enough on the powder. Let's go to the next step. Now on this Lee press, I set my Lee universal flaring die up. I like whenever I'm using flat-headed bullets, not boat tail bullets, I like to flare my brass a little bit so the bullet will seat down into the brass real nice and evenly. So I just, on my Lee press, I've got it set up with a flaring die. I'll go through and flare all this brass. Just a nice light flare. You can tell there's not much on there, but it gives the flat tail base a little room just to fit right down in there. Okay, and like I said earlier, this has got a cantilever on it. I've already measured it, and it was seating about 2.20 on the cantilever. So that's why I backed off from the powder a little bit, because I was going to seed a little extra. So now in my rock crusher, I've got my RCBS competition die set up for 22 caliber. Drop it in, seat it. It's right on the cantilever. And then in this rock crusher, I've got my crimping die set up. I like to crimp. Whenever I like to crimp my bullet right on that cannler line, so I've got the proper neck strength. All you do is do a pressure test and just push on it. A lot of times I do that just to make sure that after I load my ammo 3 or 4 times, make sure I've got enough neck strength. Then I'll just drop it into my Lyman case gauge to make sure it's seated down there nice and flat and level. That way I know my bullets will chamber. Then I'll check my overall length. And that is right at 2206. So I'm within, sometimes you move these head stamps around a little bit. Actually, 2199. So I'm right on where I wanted to be. So I just go to town here. I'm going to try to test these out to about 300 yards. It's been the weather's been terrible this week. Cold, windy, and I haven't been able to make it to the range. Hopefully this Sunday. Usually Sunday's the only day I can make the range, so I've got 3 range tests planned for Sunday, so I can catch up on these range tests. Okay, guys. After I get done, a lot of times I'll just go right back through here again, and I'll drop all these down and make sure I didn't miss one. Make sure they're all chamber. I'm going to try to go to the range Sunday. All right, this has been opening week of white-tailed deer season in West Virginia, gun season. So it's been real busy at my shop. The weather's been windy, cold. I haven't been able to get to the range, and I've been trying to pick a good day where the wind wasn't blowing real hard so I get a true reflection of how well these group. Of course, you can't take human error out of me shooting, and I'm not that good of a shot. I'm okay. But the wind and the environmental conditions, usually if the wind's kicking up, it's going to affect your groups, and I'm trying to get a real good base so you guys will know how good this powder and this bullet combination is. And with my bullets, brass, primer, and powder, just my whole recipe, see how good it groups. Guys, one more thing about my powder, my primers, my bullet combination. If you're coming to my channel for load data, I mean, for ideals and what a good powder is, what a good grouping powder is, cut down your deviation, size up your groups down to under 1 inch, that's great. But I would advise everyone to try to make wise decisions, good decisions on how much powder and your case overall length. Of course, like I said, I used max charge out of a Hornady 5.56 load, but I used 223 brass, and I dropped my max charge down. But I did seat my bullets a little lower, and of course I used 223 brass instead of 5.56. Okay, I've loaded a lot, and I've learned where I have a little wiggle room and where I don't, and you guys will too. But always start conservative, and then go up from there, and check your brass for signs of overpressure, and check your gun for overpressure signs after each load, and then to make your own decisions. But that's it, guys. I appreciate you checking into my YouTube channel. I appreciate any comments, likes, subscriptions, any questions you got, just please leave them for me. I'll try to answer them best I can, and I'll try to get out the range this Sunday, and I'll try to make a 308 range test, a 223 range test, and I'm going to check the 62 grain varmint, see how this works too at the range. So once again, guys, happy Thanksgiving, and good luck if you're still hunting. It's a little bonus for at the end of my video. I've got this 223 Liberty Civil Defense ammunition. They actually make good ammo, but we're going to shoot this. It says 223 Remington, 55 grain, 3,000 feet per second. We're going to see see why we actually build ammo and how we can build it better than factory ammo, because these bastards are lying. I'm telling you, these don't shoot 3,000 feet per second. Let's check it out. Bullshit. 2,800.
2,800.
Yeah, it says 3,000, but it ain't.
Yeah. Huh.
Bastards.
Yeah, they always say shit like
I
that.
know, it's some of bitches. False advertising bastards.